Well, good morning, everyone. This is Jennifer Sanchez. How's everyone doing this morning? Super excited to be here with my co host today. Um, so, just so that you guys know, you guys are watching the Wise Morning Coffee Chat show, where we go on every Monday morning to have a cup of motivation, conversation, and inspiration. I know that sounds super corny, but it's what motivates me. It's what motivates me, in all honesty, having good conversation with women over a cup of coffee. And I'm the founder of the Women's Institute of Self Development Efficacy. We are an organization that helps women get to their next level in all areas of their life. And of course, I'm also a mom, a wife, a dog mom, a cat mom. I'm trying to think of all the, I love running. So that's me. Mary, can you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Sure, my name is Mary Yee, and I am also a mom and a wife. We have pets, but I'm not claiming them as my children. Those are my daughter's responsibilities. We have a turtle and a fish. So,
Oh, look, a
um,
turtle mom and a fish mom.
a turtle mom and a fish mom. Um, I'm also part of the WISE coaching program, and I also am a coach with Team Beachbody. So busy.
Yes, Mary is an all around coach.
Coaching my daughter, coaching.
All right, coaching everybody. Um, so this is all fun. You guys know, you guys can write comments, say good morning. We can actually show them on the stream, right? So we'll display them right here in the comments section. So make sure you guys engage. Let us know what you're drinking, where you're at. We have Maricel. Good morning, ladies. Woohoo! I think Maricel's still in PR, Puerto Rico.
Oh,
So
I thought she came back. I thought she
did
was
she?
coming
Oh,
back.
did she come back? Are you back, Maricel? We're excited to have you here. We're gonna.
I'm watching her.
You're watching her. Good, good, good. She'll let us know right now. So, just so you guys know, we want to welcome you. Thank you for being here, watching us, and we go into our main point of the show is coffee time, right? So this is the part of the show where you guys let us know what you're drinking this morning. You engage with us in the conversation. So Mary, go ahead and share with the viewers, what are you drinking?
So, since we are now in fall officially, I added some, it's not flavor for baking, the pumpkin spice spices into my coffee.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice,
So,
nice,
it's,
nice. I did that
yeah,
yesterday.
yes. I want to, there is a healthier way to make it where you actually put the puree in there with the creamer and some
Mm.
honey. But yeah, I'm like, this will do for now.
Oh, wait, wait. Okay, okay. I have pumpkin puree in the can. I
Hmm.
don't know what to do with it. And there's no way I'm making pumpkin pie.
No.
I don't have the energy or desire. Uh, I'd rather buy it. So you're telling me I could take puree, pumpkin puree,
Hmm.
and mix it with my coffee?
And mix it with your coffee with a little bit of almond milk and some maple syrup or honey.
And not a lot of puree because those cans are
No,
big. I would
just
assume
like a
like,
tablespoon.
oh, look what you started, Mary. I love pumpkin.
You know it's not pumpkin.
Okay, now what is okay,
It's
educate me.
squash.
What? Maricel
Yeah.
is wait, Maricel did say she is home, so I'm just sharing that. Wait, wait, time out. What did you thought you just broke my heart. Did you just say the pumpkin puree is squash?
Yeah, it's not pure pumpkin, it's squash. Yeah.
Are you for real?
For real, you can look it up.
Oh man, I cannot believe I just got lied to. Um Does it say that on the label? I didn't even know this.
Yeah, no, it's been on the news a few times. People will bring it up right around this time because everybody's all into pumpkin spice, and it's like, nope, it's really squashed.
Oh man, I've been deceived. I mean, I love pumpkin. I've always been a pumpkin pie person. I mean, since I was a kid, I've tried making rum pumpkin pie like in the past. Like I've always experimented with pie. So for you to tell me that the pumpkin puree is really not pumpkin, I'm heartbroken. Oh, we have Ruby. She said you can add it to a vanilla protein shake too and make pumpkin pancakes with the puree. See,
Hmm.
that's a nice combination. Well, I still got the puree. I'm gonna do my coffee.
It's still good for you.
Uh, It's still good for me. I'm a little disappointed, but it's all right. Actually, yesterday I needed coffee. It was like 7. I was trying to knock out some papers, and I was like, I need to stay up. So I like ran to Dunkin' Donuts for some espresso because when I'm tired, I don't know if this happens to any of you guys when you're working on the computer and you're like dozing off and you're like your head's bobbing. So,
Oh, and I don't have to be in front of a computer for that.
oh my goodness. So yeah, that's my life. That's my life, especially when I'm tired. Um, so I know we have some. Oh, and by the way, what I'm drinking, my plain black coffee in my ladies are limitless mug.
Oh, that's a
Um,
cute mug.
yeah, we are limitless. Someone gave it to me actually in the community. I don't remember who, but whoever gave it to me, thank you so much. But I know it was a gift given to me. So let's go into some topics of conversation. Quick recap. Oh, that's a new
Sorry.
song for our show. Just joking. So we did a run. We had a running group yesterday. We had a meetup yesterday for our running community. So we just wanted
Mhm.
to give a quick recap on how that went. That was actually fun, right? 6:30 in the morning. We all
I
went
like
out.
to, I mean, it is still kind of hard to get up. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to get up. But I mean, once you get out there, the air hits you, and you're talking and getting along with everybody. It's fun.
I think the hardest part is getting out of bed early in the morning. So I don't know how many people are here early bird risers and they like to work out in the morning. Maybe you naturally can easily do it, but I think most people, if you're trying to get up at 5:30 on a Sunday morning, those are pretty tough. Those are pretty tough.
Yeah,
um, but my trick, I do go to sleep in my running clothes. I'm not gonna lie.
I do too.
Uh, I just say, you know what? I'm put on my running clothes. I'm gonna go to bed so that when I get up, I just get up, go to the bathroom, throw water on my face, and go for a run. Because if I try to sit there and think about what I gotta wear, I won't
It's
do
not
it.
gonna happen. Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. So it was fun. We had some ladies come out. We had some fresh air. So just wanted to give a recap on that. My favorite part was the coffee afterwards. So
Yes.
Uh, so let's go into we have some pretty heavy conversations today. And if you guys like human rights and you are compassionate about people, you're gonna like these conversations. If Ruby, you're still watching, I'm sure you're gonna love this conversation. Um, but before we go into that, let's talk about a little lighter topic. Tips, right? So the reason why I got this, Mary, is because I saw in another group a woman ask if I'm getting my hair done at somebody else's house, like a home, not a salon, should I tip them?
Yes. I'm all for tipping. They're still doing a service for you. I mean, regardless of where they're going, if they're coming to your house, if you're going to their house, if you're going to their place of business, you still have to tip.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. I was like, do people really think about that? I mean, mind you, have you heard of the penny tipper?
No.
Oh, I know that this is old school because one of my friends who, rest in paradise, she passed away with COVID. She told me about you take a penny if you get a bad service, you give your waitress a penny. Right? Like have you ever heard of that?
No.
Yeah, like you give them a penny, especially in a restaurant. I've never had the courage to do it, to be honest
Uh-huh.
with you. Even if they give me a crappy job, we still tip, but maybe not
Yes.
as good.
Right, right.
Um, but she's bold. She was like, "No, we give them a penny if it's bad service." And that is like in the restaurant industry, it's known that's like their way of knowing you did a bad job versus just not getting tips and knowing
Wow.
that we're cheap. Because like if you don't give a tip, though, I'm assuming the waiter or the bar, whoever's there, they'll be like, "Oh, you guys are cheap." Like they're just gonna be
Right,
like,
right,
"You
right.
didn't want
They
to tip us."
right.
But I guess that if you give a penny, that's supposed to be like, "No, you did a really bad job." I don't know
Wow.
if anyone else has heard of this, but I remember learning this and I was like, "Really?" But I've never come close to even giving a penny, ever.
Yeah, no, I'd be like, you get the minimum and that's it.
You get the 10%. No. Uh,
Nope.
yeah, so I thought, yeah, you tip people even if they do a service in their home. To me, I didn't think it was just kinda like, but maybe other people have a different opinion. I thought maybe someone else might think differently, right? Like, maybe someone else says because there were actual a lot of women in that thread saying like, "No, I don't tip them." I was like, "Oh, okay, so this is a debate, and I didn't know this."
Right. No. I don't know. Maybe because I've always well, my family has always been in the hospitality industry, so yeah, I would never think not to give.
Yeah, same thing with me. My family's in hospitality, and I know that I've actually watched my dad. My dad, he's a really good tipper. He makes sure he tips his wherever he goes to eat. He loves to eat out. Wherever he goes, they always tip him 20-30% sometimes.
Mhm.
So I picked that up from them because I didn't realize waitresses sometimes only make $4 an hour. They don't even make minimum wage.
Right.
They live off their tips. But I know in the hair, like doing your hair, that might be different for some people. They might see that differently. But I think you still write that off. Those are still expenses you have to take on. The
Mhm.
shampoo, the rinse, the dye, the product isn't free. So I would think you should tip. But
Right.
I just want to put that out there and see what people thought. So we have Ruby. She put yay. So I know she's ready for the conversation. Like, Jennifer,
She's
get
waiting
to
for
the
that
point.
topic.
Get to the okay. So we know that there's a couple things going on right now, right? We're going to talk about Haiti, right? I actually was oblivious. I try not to listen to the news. I only go into the news for research purposes for the show. Like, literally. My husband's always on me, like, you need to watch the news to know what the weather's like. I'm like, oh, I don't want to know what the news says. Because sometimes I've taught myself not to watch the news all the time because I can get
Mhm.
overwhelmed. Um, Maricel put, wow, I'm such a good rip tipper because I know how hard work it is. Yeah, I know. I think I can totally understand that, especially you, Maricel, coming from the restaurant industry. Um, so going back to the conversation around Haiti, Mary, did you have any words you wanted to share?
Um, yeah, I just think that right now we have so much that's going on, not just politically, but the earth is fighting back
Hmm.
with hurricanes and earthquakes, and we have to be compassionate and empathetic for the people who are in those situations.
Mm, I agree. I agree. So let's give a rundown. If I don't know if people know, I would hope so, because I had to figure out what's happening with Haiti, right?
Hmm.
Their president got assassinated in July.
Yes.
They've had earthquakes. It's no longer their country no longer is sustainable from what I've been reading. So
Right.
like there's really nothing you can do there anymore. There's a lot of poverty, there's actually a lot of violence. So a lot of people are leaving Haiti and trying to come to the United States for asylum. If from my understanding right now there's 40,000 people that are traveling from Haiti right now to the United States. That means they gotta cross 11 countries.
countries, right?
11 countries they need to cross. Not mind you, we're not even talking about the water. They gotta cross water, then they gotta cross countries,
Right.
okay?
In heat.
And heat. So these individuals, humans, have to come to the border. They're seeking asylum because they're being told that you can get asylum in the United States. But they instead are finding themselves getting whipped
At the border.
at the border with someone on a horse because they think that is justifiable.
Right.
My husband was like, "Haven't you seen the pictures in the news?" I'm like, "No, I have not." And when I did look it up, I thought to myself, like, "Oh Lord God, we must have we got some serious daddy issues." Like Nara said yesterday,
Nara said yesterday, we have daddy issues.
our country has some serious daddy issues. So now, I respect all opinions. It is what it is. If you are don't like what I'm saying, it is what it is. It is fine. You are entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. I will never disrespect your opinion. But gosh, like this just sounds to me, I don't know. I don't even know what to say when I saw those pictures, to be honest
Like
with
when
you.
I saw that, it just took me back to like times of slavery. Like, what? They're not even your people. Why are you treating them like that?
Yeah, they're trying to seek help.
Right.
Oh, they're not a threat to you. They're not a threat to your existence unless you think that we cannot hold economically. Maybe that's what it is. People, I think the debate is it's believed that bringing in people, we cannot economically sustain all these new people, blah, 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 right?
And,
What is that usually the debate? I don't know. Whoever's watching, chime in and share your thoughts.
and granted, maybe we can't sustain anybody right now. We are in a pandemic where people are dying, and we're still trying to get people to do what they need to do so that we can start living a normal life. But treatment of people with
Yeah,
respect is important.
yeah, yeah. Um, And I think this is, so they're coming. So let's keep talking about what is coming. They're coming to the border. They're
Mhm.
not being allowed to go. They're actually being turned back and taken back to Haiti. So
They're being flown back.
flown, yeah, well, that they're being flown back to Haiti. I think it was they were trying to get rid of everybody that was under that bridge. They
Bridge.
were
Mhm.
sending 1,000 a day. So it was a bridge that was in the tech border, Texas, right above north of Rio Grande,
Okay,
right?
yeah. Hmm.
And so they're flying everybody back, like, "No, we can't have you flying back." It is a pandemic, understandable, but aren't you, by law, required, well, and someone educate me, you're supposed to accept refugees, aren't we? I swore that was like an elementary school lesson. Like, I swore I learned this in elementary school.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I ever learned that, but I mean, we flew in a bunch of people from Iraq.
Mm. Like, I think for thousands of years, we've always, or hundreds of years, I'm exaggerating, not thousands, but we've
Mhm.
always accepted refugees.
Mhm.
I know when it was the Nazi, we brought in Jewish people, tried to bring them to the United States. So, like, that something's happening. So Mexico actually, if you guys have, read anything on what's going on, they've offered permits and they're telling the Haitians, don't go to the US, get a permit. And I think,
Stay in Mexico, right?
yeah, they're saying stay in Mexico, right? I mean, they're offering permits. I mean, I'm talking about these people are getting, like, I was reading that people are getting killed in along these 11 countries that all these families have to cross. People are getting killed along the way, robbed, raped. Like, if
Mhm.
you're an individual and you're a human and you have to go through 11 countries and risk your life, it's like do or die, then there has to be something really serious. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
these people aren't like, let's go to Disney.
Yeah, they're
Let's
like,
walk
yeah,
through 11 countries to go to Disney. That's not what they're trying to do.
Yeah, yeah, they're not like, "Yeah, let me just go, I wanna start a life here," like, it's understandable, but they're actually trying to find help because they just don't have it right now, so and what I'm surprised is why aren't people or why isn't our administration and again, I'm not for or against any of the administrations, I'm not talking about that, but why haven't we been prepared? 40,000 people are coming. Like, you see it. It's you're the you could see it. Like, I think, like, even, like, if you're on a plane and you could see people, like, I mean, I from what I'm understanding, it's a lot of people coming,
It's
so
like a sea of people.
yeah, so it's not just like, "Ooh, 1 or 2, like, let me go to the United States." No, it's like we're talking about a lot of people are coming. So, we have someone make sure you write who you are, that if you're engaging from the Facebook Wise group. Good morning, ladies. Good morning. We also have, Liza, yes, I had a family through that last year. So, it just shows a lot about I don't know, do we prioritize human rights? Like, I wrote a post and it's like, we're supposed to receive the foreigner. Like, don't give me scripture. I don't want to I do not want to hear your Christian uh it's okay to build a wall of Jericho, racist antics, right? Like, there are people that support. I think sometimes these immigration policies have racist hidden agendas behind it.
Mm,
You are whipping people on horseback, you're wrong for that.
right.
Point blank. Like, there is no way in hell you could justify that. Unless you
Eh,
think that that's okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, you don't even know them
And I want to hear what
from.
people are saying. We have 6 people watching and you guys are really quiet. I need to hear some opinions.
Yeah.
Ruthie, good
I
morning.
Good morning, Ruthie. Yeah, no, for me, it's like if you're gonna take it back to the Bible, God, Jesus accepted everybody. He helped the
Mhm.
poor, he helped those who needed help, and that's not what you're doing here. You're doing the opposite. You're crucifying them before you even know the truth.
Yeah, it's actually it's really upsetting. So I'm kind of glad Mexico stepped up. I hope that they keep their commitment. The fact that I am Mexican. I hope the fact that they do um help the Haitians. I know that I read that the Biden administration is supposed to give asylum to 15,000 Haitians in the this week coming up. So let's hope that they actually, they take care of that. I don't know. And we just watched that movie. Well, I watched it. I know I asked
Amaraita.
married.
I did finish watching it.
Amaraika. It broke my heart. I cried. I don't know how emotional you got, Mary, but I know I was just bawling my butt off. Um, I had my daughter watch it with me because I said, "Look, I want you to see you're from Mexican descent. I was born here. My daughter was born here, but I want you to see what your people, any Latin American that comes from, I don't care if you're Guatemalan, all that Central
Anything
America.
south of the border of Texas. And
Yeah, yeah, what you have to go through to come to the United States, right? Um, so, we in Illinois, if you're from Illinois or Chicago, we're a sanctuary city, right?
mhm,
So, law enforcement can't come up to you and ask you about your immigration status. They can't be like, hey, let me see your papers.
right.
But during the last administration, there was an actual law that allowed law enforcement to ask you for your documentation. And if you didn't have the documentation, you were given to ICE. Now, it doesn't mean that here in the United States we didn't have ICE. We do have ICE. ICE stands for uh,
Immigration, something, I don't know.
I think it's immigration. I don't know. Someone can write it there. I'm sure somebody knows. Um, right? So, it doesn't mean that we weren't. going through the process of like deporting undocumented people. People are being have been deported from Chicago, but the difference is that law enforcement does not support that, or they cannot they don't work in conjunction with that, because we've always been a sanctuary city. um
So it stands for Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Enforcement. Okay. I know. Okay, cool. Thank you. Liza wrote, I think the thought is if you open the doors, more will come, and they say the system's already overwhelmed. Just the thought. I it could definitely, that definitely sounds like I've heard of that. I've heard of that as well. Um they make it from my another argument I've heard, Liza, is that they make it difficult. They don't make it easy for people to come here, because a lot of times it's just migrant workers that are just trying to work,
Hmm.
make income, go back home. I mean, a lot of us, if you've seen like Southwest, those Southwest states, like they just trying to come work, take it back home, right? I wonder if is the reality, right? We're talking about the asylum though. We're talking about helping people like that are going through natural disasters. So I would hope that you have part of your budget to help those that are in need. It's just about human rights at this point. It's not even about, right, opening your doors and letting people walk through. We're talking about just helping people in need, which
Right. And
that's crazy.
if you've put it out there for some people,
Oh, for sure, right?
right, you
Oh,
can't just, who are you pick and choosing to help and not to help? And why are you pick and choosing for that reason?
yeah. So if it's easy for someone from Europe or someone from the Middle East or someone from a different country to come here, it make it easy for them to come here, and then for someone else not, that makes perfect sense. I could see that.
Mhm.
That sounds right. So with this movie, we'll give you a little rundown about the movie. So basically, right, we're saying that we're a sanctuary city for those that are in Chicago, but then there's other states that are not. So the law
Right. Like
enforcement, go ahead, Mary.
Arizona and Texas are not
They're definitely
sanctuary states. So yeah.
they're
Th-
definitely not.
yeah. So this couple um was trying to do everything they can to stay in the country, even to the point where I know a lot of and it wasn't a surprise to me that the male in the movie tried to get married to an American person.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, and so they have a confrontation and something happens and the police come to arrest him,
yeah,
and his girlfriend who had a baby was also there, and so they also arrested her. And then their daughter, who was born in America, was taken away. And because this is when the administration passed this law, they caged her. And it
hmm,
was so sad to see those tiny kids in like dog cages, those small, your small dog cages. I mean, they were basically almost hitting the top of the cage.
yep,
And like, I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, I
yeah.
don't know
It's
if they're doing, I'm like, I didn't know if they were doing that for that movie or if these were like real kids that they filmed.
Oh no, they did it for the movie. I read the credits because I was like,
Okay.
is
Cause
this
I was,
real? Like I wanted to, like like I really wanted to see, was this also real? But it was just the visual was so, it was too intense for me personally. It's one thing when you read about it, it's one thing when you hear about it in the news, and I'm sure many have heard it and they know about the child separation, right? The reason why they did it was because they wanted to make sure that the children weren't being trafficked, or is that even a correct pronunciation?
traffic.
Trafficked, right? Trafficked. So they want to make sure that when they take someone, that they separate the children from the parents and keep the children, because they want to make sure that they're not like in danger and they're really their parent. But the sad part is that these children are being lost in the system. They're not being reunited with their parents. They are being traumatized. Like, let's just bring some awareness around this. What they're doing with the kids, and now they're not doing it no more. But right, this separating of families has actually stopped. This was last administration. We're in a new administration, but only 7 children have been reunited. 7 have
And they
been
said that it's going to take at least 2 years, at
for
least,
them.
for them to
Yes.
be reunited.
Yes. 2 years. Can you imagine a baby being reunited to a mom and you don't even know her and you don't recognize her? I saw
Right,
a video of that where they actually reunited a little 2-year-old girl with their mom and she didn't want her and the mom broke down. Like,
right.
that's terrible. But so the awareness around this is the fact that it's still going to take them time to connect all these kids. All these kids have been lost in the system because they've been putting them in American homes. Some of them have been adopted out, watching these little children in cages. And I think that, at least for me, I can speak on my behalf. Until I saw that movie, my heart, I knew it was terrible and I hear it and I was like, this is terrible. But until you see a visual like that and you're like, oh, hell no. You saw the parents separate, you actually saw a storyline. And she said, they lost their child.
That was horrible.
That was horrible to watch. And I don't think enough people are aware of this, that you hear, but you don't really realize it until you see something like that. So I think that's why we wanted to talk about it, because I thought, as a mom, and someone took my baby and I'll never see them again, don't know where they're at, don't know if they're being taken care of. That's wrong.
Yeah, it was
I-
very heartbreaking to us in the whole situation. And her child was taken away.
Yeah.
She's just, I mean, I know she was illegal, but she was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, kind of thing.
I think people, and yeah, you're right, Mary, right? It's just, you were exactly in the wrong place at the wrong time. And it's a shame, but this is real stories. This is what really
Right,
people are going through,
right.
which is in the United States of America, right? Um, People are aware. They just know how they can change. They just don't know how they can change that. I was aware of it. It didn't hit me though, Liza. It didn't hit me until I saw that movie. It didn't make me, like, I guess we're aware that there's racism, not until we actually see it, it hits us differently, right? Like, I comprehended it, but until I saw that movie and really saw that and heard a story, and it gave me a real, I attached human to the person. Like, I attached a face. I connected with a character. I felt like this could have easily been someone in my family, or your
Mhm.
family, Mary, or Liza's family. This could have been easily any one of us. I don't care where you're from, Colombia, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador. This could easily be any one of us and our families. A majority that are watching, I know you're predominantly Latino.
Mhm.
So for this to happen is just sad. It just made me think, like, dang, this is terrible. So I know that they're not doing it anymore, but the problem is that there's still kids in these cages. They're still not being treated right. They still haven't been reunited to their families. The Biden I was reading that the Biden administration only have connected 7 kids back, but because there's so much bad paperwork, there's no tracking, like, they can't connect the kids with their parents. Like, that's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them were probably too young to even talk, let alone be like, "Oh yeah, I recognize my parents." Like, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a hard time to find everybody's parents.
Yeah, yeah. It sucks. Um, we have Liza, she said, we did have a family with dad deported and so insane kids were old enough to stay behind, but the trauma after is so sad. Yeah. And we have Jennifer. Good morning, ladies. You know what? Good morning, Jennifer. You know what, Liza, you're right. Like, The trauma after the fact of going through that is gonna have more so I'm sitting here thinking about even like right now the Haitian community, right? The trauma that
Mhm.
they're going through and being rejected. Can you imagine going to a country and being your heart broken that you gotta be turned back, right? That you can't get the help that you need. Um, it's sad to me, right? Especially because, I made my daughter watch it because I was like, you need to see. You need to see what people go through. You need to see what your community.
I know, remember back in the day, the show Party of Five was on, and they rebooted it for a Hispanic family, and I think they probably took it off because they deported the dad, and the kids were supposed to find a way to survive without their parents.
Yeah, it's still on. I was trying to watch it not too long ago. It's
Oh, okay.
still I don't know which live streaming which I think it's Hulu. But it's there. It's about the kids that were left behind and the parents were deported.
Mm-hmm.
That was a sad story. So I didn't finish watching it, so I can't speak too much on it. Um Maricel said, I'm reading a book that I had to put down because the truth of all the things that is going on, I feel so sad. Yeah. It is hurtful. So I wonder, I remember like when all the stuff was happening with the child separation, I did look for organizations to donate money to, like who's right now, when I first heard it, like who right now is doing something for over there. So if anyone knows any of like legit fundraisers, put it in the link for the Haitians or anyone that's doing any work out there, write it down. Um it's just sad. It's sad to and then we're so far north, sometimes we don't realize what the heck is going on at the
Yeah,
border.
we're oblivious.
Yeah, we're so far north, we don't even realize what's going on with the border, but I remember I had a coworker once, she told me that she would go, I guess it was missionary work.
Hmm.
They just went around to go give water to people that were crossing the border, like during like in the desert trying to cross over. Like they weren't allowed to like pick them up or like bring them over, obviously, right? But if they knew that they were immigrants trying to come into the United States, they were able to go over there and give water.
Mm.
Now, though, if the border patrol saw you with water, she said that they would make you dump it out
Oh, wow.
to not give to those people that are trying to cross over. Like that's sad.
Yeah.
Um, Maricel wrote For Brown Girls with Sharp Edges and Tender Hearts by Pricia Dorcas Monica Rodriguez. I love how long our Latino names are. Just I love how you honor both mother and father side in people's last names though. That's cool. Um
We didn't do that.
We don't do that over here. Well, this is just a conversation. I know it's a tough topic. I know it's a lot to talk about. It's like, i- is there really a solution? It's more about awareness why we're talking about it. So if anyone has any other comments about what's going on, they want to share, feel free to share in the comment section so we could share it. It's more about bringing awareness and what can we do, right? What can we do? Um, to help those that are in need. So, any final words, Mary?
Um, no, I just think that we should really start looking into how we can help. I mean, we're
Yeah.
far. I know a lot of people who, when hurricanes happen, they gather everything up and they drive down and drop off stuff. So I would gladly be a part of it.
Yeah, we have Sonia. Good morning, Sonia. Thank you for joining us. Um, yeah, so definitely, everybody here, this is a conversation, share your opinions, share your feedbacks. And Marisa said, what can we, yeah, like, what can we do to support? Is there someone here that's connected to an organization that
Right.
helps children in cages? Is there someone here? Liza wrote 6,000 moms.
Um,
I'm assuming that's an organization. Um, Liza, you could tell us a little bit more about that. But like, if anyone's interested, I think the biggest way you can support is financially. You know, there are people that are, I'm sure there's people in the front lines helping, advocating. We've seen it. So I'm pretty sure people can contribute financially to help. And then right now with with everything that's happening with the Haiti, I'm sure things are starting to happen. So um, look on FB, huge group. Okay, so that's a huge group of moms. That's what it sounds like. So knowledge is power, you guys. If you guys know of stuff that can support, share it here. Even after this live is over, you can continue to post it on the thread, and there'll be, it will get to whoever's been conversating. But thank you so much, Mary, for sharing, for being on this morning with us. And I know this is a thicker topic.
Yeah.
It's not one of those fun, like, yeah, let's goof off topics and just talk about stuff, random stuff, and
Yeah.
celebrities and gossip.
Yeah. I'll put the movie in the name of the movie in the comments so that
Yes.
if anybody wants to watch it.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max. It just came out in September. It won already a bunch of awards. Uh, I I don't know the award, like it's like the Sundance type, those documentary type awards that you get at festivals. It's
Hmm.
a really good movie. It's a little dry at first. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little dry at first, but as you get into it, the story is really good. So I encourage anyone that wants to watch it to really just get a perspective and get a visual to watch it. And like I said, be ready for some waterworks because I definitely cried at the end.
Hmm. Yes.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Do you have anything to promote for Beachbody, Mary?
Tons.
But
I have my walk challenge this week. If anybody wants to join in, add their friend. Also, we just got our new bikes. Um, the called the mixed bike, and so we already have riding programs. We're gonna have live classes in that, so you can order your bike through me. And there's always a new program coming out, so I'm eager and waiting for the rest of.
nice. It's like the Peloton, right? It's like a more
It's like
economical
the
Peloton.
Peloton, yes. So, and I
Nice.
think our service is going to be like $27 a month.
Nice. So anyone wanted a Peloton and wanted a more economical option, check out Mary, reach out to her. We are gathering Sunday mornings for a running group, 6:30 in the morning. If you're in the Chicagoland area, I encourage you to join our running community. If you need a workout, exercise, walk, conversate, we
Get
will get
out of the
coffee.
house.
Get out of the house, get a break. It sounds like, oh my God, 6:30. And where is it? The travel time is nothing early in the morning on a Sunday. Cut it in half, get there, hang out, have a good Sunday morning. Um, we also are going to be promoting our coaching program. It's going to launch on, I want to say, October 17th.
Yes.
So keep an eye out for that coaching program. A lot of the women in my community have taken the program. It's a 12-week program where you're learning about conflict resolution, leadership skills, boundaries, confidence. It really helps you get to the next level. Whatever you want to achieve in 3 months, we work with you to get that done. So it's very intense, a lot of accountability. So that's going to be launching soon. And then we have a lot of fun stuff coming up. So keep an eye out. Events are happening again. I think it's unavoidable. We got to start launching stuff again. We got to start launching events. So Sonia said, I'd be more interested in more info. Sonia, let us know, what are you interested in? Whether it's, I know we said like 20 different things right now.
Right.
Different things. Let us know what it is. Have a great week. Hope to see you guys this weekend at the Latina Expo. I wish Latina Expo is this weekend. Maricel's part of it. Elizabeth Colon, who's been a partner of our organization, is part of it. Check out the Latina Expo. I can't go to the Latina Expo. I'm so sad. It's on my baby's birthday weekend, so I
Yeah.
can't go. October's never a good month for me because I have two birthdays in October. Two kids, two birthdays. Um, Sonia said, I do a lot of community events. Oh, nice, Sonia. The coaching. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not even showing the comments. Apologize. Sonia, I do a lot of community events. The coaching. All right, Sonia, we definitely will connect you and give you more information about that. And then, of course, we have Maricel. This is where she wrote, have a great week. Hope to see you guys this weekend at the Latina Expo. So definitely great event coming up. A lot of amazing events are coming up. So we'll connect with you, Sonia, and everyone else. Have an amazing rest of your week. Start the week off strong.
Yes. Bye.